Hello, everybody. This is Taylor, and I'd like to welcome you to a very special episode of Jack of No Trades. What you're about to listen to is a new segment we like to call Off the Rails. And because our conversation went a little longer than normal, we've decided to make it a two-part episode. Portions of the conversation have been edited out, so if you hear us refer to something in the episode that we haven't mentioned before, that's why. And at around 35 minutes or so, we react to a video. And if you would like to watch that video with us, you can find the link on our Twitter and Facebook pages. Thanks for all your support, guys, and we hope you enjoy part one of Off the Rails.
What's up, everybody? We missed you. Welcome this week of Jack of No Trades. Sorry for no podcast last week. Tay and I were partying, right?
Yeah, and all of you asswipes that keep complaining about Taken 4, cut this shit. You know it's amazing. Alright? I am getting so pissed from all the negative feedback I'm getting, okay?
It's kind of a soft spot for you, it seems like.
I worked so hard on that.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Did you?
And all you people are just shitting on it.
There was a lot of plot holes, and I just saw Suicide Squad.
Oh man, I'm getting pissed.
Can I just vent about Suicide Squad for real, though?
Real quick, 30
like,
seconds.
as much as everyone hates Taken 4, I hated Suicide Squad. Same feeling. And someone else that hates Suicide Squad is with me right now. Tyler, welcome to the pod.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Did you like Suicide Squad?
I did not. That was a bad movie. That was a really bad movie.
If you had to choose between watching The Suicide Squad again or watching Batman and Robin every day for a week, what would you pick?
I don't even need that option. I could watch Batman and Robin every day for a week without having anything forcing me to do it. It's not a good movie.
Even with those bat titties?
It's
And
not.
the puns, there's so many puns.
First
Never
of
leave
all,
the Batcave without it.
I love puns. Secondly, it came out at a time when I was young enough to appreciate it, so there's some nostalgia.
Ugh, I can't.
It's bad.
It's too bright and dark at the same time.
Which one are you talking about?
There's too many colorful, there's ice skating. Batman and Robin play hockey at the beginning of it. There's just too much. There's just too much going on in that movie.
I'm not saying it's a good movie.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's a good
You're
movie.
not deciding to watch it.
No, I'm not.
I kind of got the sense of you might go home and watch Batman and Robin.
I could. If I was doing a Batman marathon and I was going to watch every Batman major motion picture, I would not skip Batman and Robin.
You are a better man than me.
I would go 89 through Dark Knight Rises, and I could do it. And I wouldn't feel... I don't think I'd be bored.
You know what? You wouldn't be bored.
I wouldn't.
Because you'd be digesting so much.
You have to be able to enjoy... This is why I don't like Suicide Squad.
Ooh.
I can enjoy Batman and Robin as being a garbage movie with really bad special effects and bad humor.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Just terrible. Suicide Squad has all of those things. They have really bad special effects. They have bad humor, and there's bad acting.
Hey,
and
that
I can't
CGI was on
enjoy it.
point in Suicide Squad.
Cannot
It's
enjoy
really
it.
sad how
It's
close
bad.
that is.
It is bad.
Yikes. Well, you're all probably thinking we're about to dissect Suicide Squad. We're not.
Yeah, we're done with dissecting superhero movies, especially DC movies, because they suck.
I will probably bring up Suicide Squad again, though. Just
Yeah.
to be
Don't put us
formal.
in a corner, Taylor. We
Fine.
got lots of room here to work with. We can go back to whatever we want. It's Jack and No Trades for a reason.
It's true.
All right.
It's true. It's just I'm tired of talking about it.
I'm just saying that's not our focus today. Our focus today is not focusing. And this segment is going to be called Off the Rails with Tyler. Tyler's a guy that can go off the rails. And what do I mean when I say off the rails, Taylor?
It means that you have a thought, you take it to its deepest, darkest place. You don't stop. I think all of us have boundaries in our normal thinking, but Tyler takes it a step further. He makes you feel uncomfortable with how far he goes down the rabbit hole. And that's what we're going to be doing today.
His brain's off the leash.
We're going to let it off the leash. We're going to do some running.
see where it goes.
We're gonna see what happens.
We don't know where it's headed.
No, we don't.
But you know what today's Off the Rails segment is going to be about, though? It's about freaking urban legends.
Ooh.
And you know why? Because urban legends dictate the way we live our lives. And how can I prove that point? I was looking up urban legends today, and I looked at a list of 25, one of those clickbait bullshit things you find.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm looking through it. One of them was, daddy longlegs are the most poisonous spider.
It's
But
true.
their mouths are
Too small.
That's true.
To bite you.
Absolutely.
Okay, how does that make sense? A, that if something's too small to bite you,
Right.
couldn't it bite it on like a molecular level if it needed to?
Right.
Right? If that, because it's something that small.
Couldn't puncture your skin.
Okay, but couldn't it still bite my skin cell?
You clearly didn't pay attention to biology.
I don't think you know what biology is.
I do. You can't infect something without penetrating the epidermal layer.
Okay, but it could bite me still. It just couldn't poison
It
me.
wouldn't do anything.
Okay, but
It'd
here's
be like
the thing.
being pinched.
So, hearing that some spider is that poisonous, do you go near that spider?
Sure.
You? You go just hang out with daddy longlegs?
I don't like them. I don't kill them.
You're
though.
scared of every insect, though.
That's not
so
true.
it's-
That's not true. I'm only scared of bees. I'm not scared of spiders.
Dude, I saw a moth fly in, and you literally left the room screaming.
They're related to bees. They're
Oh,
cousins.
gosh.
I'm a big bee fan.
You're a bee guy?
I'm a bee guy.
You're insane.
I'm worried about the condition of the bees in our world and what that means to our food.
I heard a story about a trucker who was transporting 2 million bees, and it flipped over on the road. He died instantly. They mauled him to death like savages. Bees are evil.
I asked Tay if he could eliminate bees completely from the earth, if he would do it, and he would.
Yeah, but that's a dumb thing to do. That's a really dumb thing to do.
I don't think he understands the implications of that.
Fear's irrational sometimes.
Tyler, when you think about urban legends, what gets you going? What is the story that either keeps you up at night or drastically changes your behavior?
That is the same one.
Oh, it's the same. So it's
The one that keeps me up at night is also the one that drastically changes my behavior. And it's not just one urban legend. It is a type of urban legend.
oh,
Which is the urban legend of someone being in your house and messing with your shit.
like you're in the house with this person, but you're not aware of them being there.
Unbeknownst to you.
Okay.
So you've got a few examples. You've got the babysitter example.
Oh yes, yes.
Babysitter in the house gets a phone call. She thinks it's a prank call. She's kind of toying back with them. Blah, blah, blah. Probably not watching the kid. Moral of the story, pay attention to your job. So you've got these phone calls back and forth, and
Right.
then it ends with, I'm upstairs. Right?
Mysterious voice.
Maybe he says something about what she's wearing at that moment.
my gosh.
He's in the house.
Oh boy.
Okay? You've got the other one about there's a dad. Dad comes downstairs, opens up the fridge. Someone's eating his cake. Who does he go to? He goes to Junior.
Yeah, of course.
Junior.
Yeah.
Daddy wants his cake. There's no cake.
Oh my gosh.
Junior gets the belt. They go to
Starts
bed.
wailing on this
He
kid.
beats his kid
Oh my gosh.
because
America's a rough place to live.
spare the rod, spoil the child.
Okay.
He beats the kid. He goes to bed. Wakes up. Someone's got to his juice.
Oh my.
Junior. Don't touch Daddy's juice.
I just imagine him in crutches trying to like hobble away.
Yeah. It doesn't work
It
though.
doesn't work though.
Daddy
Dad
gets
you.
him.
Daddy gets you.
This sounds like the plot to a horror film.
Oh, it's very
It's
common.
the plot to almost every horror film. That's not true.
So when does Daddy figure out Junior's not the?
Daddy figures out Junior's not the thief when the thief comes downstairs and kills Daddy. Because he's been living in the attic the whole time.
I think it's funnier
There's
if
stories like this?
he beats his kid so bad his mouth's swollen so he can't
He
swallow
just can't eat
anymore, and like his popcorn's gone. And
Right.
He's just like, there's no way he could have done it.
Couldn't have been it.
Couldn't be him.
Right.
Oh,
So it's the guy living upstairs. It's the story of someone messing around, like I said, in your shit without you knowing. Now, there are cases where this has been true. There are cases where people have been, squatting in someone's attic.
Yeah.
Or the one that gets me is Richard Ramirez.
Yes, I was gonna say.
Right?
That dude scares
'Kay.
me.
The Night Stalker.
Yeah.
This is the one serial killer who, like, he's dead now. I actually didn't know. I just found out that he died.
Yeah.
He just
It's
was
pretty recent.
Yeah, pretty recent. Like, I think 2013 or something
Yeah.
like that. He would go into people's houses and, like, hide out in their closet and wait for them to go to sleep. And then he'd come out and wreak havoc on their lives. So, this is the one that is in my head, messing around with me, but it's also the one that, like, has me walking around and checking spaces in my house just to make sure.
Dude, you need to get a studio apartment.
It's a relatively new space to me, right?
Yeah.
Haven't been there that long.
Yeah.
So there are strange noises. There are, just some things you got to get used to. But yeah, every night,
Well, do you believe that there are paranormal forces that mess with our shit in our houses?
Oh, don't even go there. I don't even... Dude, hold the UFO stuff, man. You get...
Or are you talking like ghosts?
Yeah, I'm talking about like ghosts, demonic presences.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Or do you think it's always a person?
Okay, before we
living
dive
person.
into the ghost aspect, the complimentary thing that freaks me out, and it's always the thing that scares me most in scary movies, is someone that's been, like, in a window staring at people for, like, a long time.
Yeah.
And then you look over and they're there and they're just unflinching. They're
Yeah.
like, I've been staring at you.
Yeah.
That creeps me out to an unreal level.
I also, I put that in my own mind. And I know I'm not alone with this. Everyone does it a lot. It happens all the time where someone's sitting there and they just have that little thought that pops into their head. Especially when you've got a window
Ears
well.
are burning, right?
When you've got that window well and you're like, I wonder what it would be like if I looked over and there was just someone squat down in there staring
Just
at me.
right now.
Yes.
Terrifying.
Yes.
Terrifying.
I have that thought on a regular basis.
It's happened to me a few times where someone was in a distant place in like a glass doorway or something and they're just looking at me, and it's been moments, and then when I look at them, there's nothing more scary to me than that. It's just, you feel so vulnerable.
Yeah.
You're like, I have not known you've been here for how long. You could have killed me in any way you wanted.
Yeah.
So, but for you guys, what's more scary? Somebody being in your closet, coming out and killing you, all right, in whatever way they decide to kill you, or someone being in your closet and just leaving, and who knows if they come back or don't.
Obviously
killed.
dying.
Yeah, being killed. Here's
Dying's
the thing.
always the worst option.
I'm a deep sleeper. I would be dead. I'd be dead.
You be out?
I'd be out. There's nothing I can do. I sleep with a machete under my bed.
Do you really?
I have a machete under my bed. It would mean nothing because I would be dead. The guy could pop out of the closet, shoot 3 shots into the ceiling, and then kill me. And I wouldn't budge.
But there's something so absolute that, like, I would rather be killed sometimes than just having the thought that somebody owned me. Like, that they literally could do that to me.
So would you know?
I would live in fear.
Like maybe you open up the closet and there's some boot tracks.
Yes.
So you know that someone was in there staring
Yes,
at you.
and if there was some way of, like, dating that it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Like, that it's been going on. I got chills just thinking about it.
So
it
this
freaks me out.
This goes back to the thought of having someone like living in your attic.
Yeah.
In the
I
crawl
have an
space.
anecdotal experience about this.
Okay.
So about a year ago,
Yes.
I
This
was-
is great.
I was sleeping, and I always make sure my door is completely shut when I go to bed. I make sure it clicks. I am locked in. My closets are shut. No doors are open. I like to sleep in complete isolation. So I wake up in the middle of the morning, I wake up in the morning and my butt is just sore. Hurts so bad. I'm like, what the happened? And I look, and the door to my bedroom's open. And so I think, did somebody penetrate me last night?
It all goes back
This
to
is
rape
it.
with you, man.
No, but this might be the inception of that.
It could be.
And you know what happened?
It could be.
I got a horrible staph infection. My immune system got wiped out. I had a very low white blood count. basically had leukemia,
It's the summer Tay got leukemia.
and I was bedridden for 3 weeks.
It was rough.
I couldn't sit. It was horrible. All because some stranger came and did unspeakable things to me one night.
Can we hop back on the alien thing real quick?
Yeah.
This once again goes to the fact that, like, we are so conceited. First of all, a lot of people think, like, in the vast universe of never-ending unknown,
Yeah.
we are the only self-aware beings.
Sentient, intelligent beings.
Yes. And then, all right, we concede that maybe there is something else out there. And the first thought that we have is they want to come and have sex with us.
I didn't think it was an alien. I thought it was a person.
I always thought the probing was to learn about us internally.
Just learn about us from our butts.
And have a good time.
Less sexual. It was just an entry point.
But
I
back
don't
to
know.
the... Do you guys think that the universe is infinite?
Yeah.
That
I have
it's
no
constantly
idea.
expanding?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
why not? Yeah.
I do.
So, with that logic, do you think that there's an infinite amount of Earths out there?
Earth-like conditions?
Like, we're in some other parallel universe right now.
Like there's some bizarro version
Yeah.
of everything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That every single possibility
You talk about the
exists.
multiple dimensions.
Not necessarily.
Oh, no, sorry, not to mention, but alternate universe situations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, we can't disprove it.
That, you know, in one circumstance, I had your life, you had my life.
And that it's as boring as... In one universe, I wore shorts today. In another, I wore jeans.
Yeah, do you
And
think
it's all the
do you think
same?
that's how it works?
I don't know.
You know what? That's an important thing. And we've talked about this before, not with microphones.
No mics.
No mics.
Yeah, this is
But
off
we've talked
the
about
cuff.
this before where, like, people are so terrified of just saying, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. People are so, like, we want to be definitive about
wanna have an
everything.
answer.
And the fact is that we know almost nothing.
Yeah.
Like, even about this small world that I live in right now, I know almost nothing about it. I know almost nothing about my own body. I don't know how I don't really know. I don't understand, like, even how I breathe the way that I understand, like, my day-to-day actions.
Sure.
You know, like the mechanics of it. I don't understand it the way that I understand English. It's not internally understood. And so there's all of these possibilities. And they're all possible as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
Basically what we do is we find our guys that we like, you know?
Yeah.
We find our articles that we like, and then we just, like, we're all... People knock, like, faith-based people
Uh-huh.
all the time.
Yeah.
Like, how can you believe in something that you can't see? We're all buying into.
We're all there.
We all have faith in, like,
Yeah.
for me, science is a faith. I have faith in
Right.
all of these things. I don't understand them. I have to have someone else explain them to me. I still don't understand them. I have faith that they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
They seem like they do.
And as all things, you try and do something the way they told you to do it. If it works, you go, yeah, I believe in it.
I'm going to keep doing that
I
thing.
have faith.
I'm going to keep doing that thing.
Whether it's science, whether it's religion, whatever it is. If you want a perfect 20-minute explanation of this very fact, watch the Always Sunny Serial Defense episode. I think it's the last episode of season 8 or 7.
I think so.
Phenomenal. Max sums this up perfectly, this whole situation you're talking about.
Right.
Because that's all, we're all just living by faith. Off the crap that we've poured through our eyeballs, through our smell receptors. It's just all what we've internalized, and we're just like, yeah, that's why I do what I do.
Well, until you pour over the data, and then you learn that some things are empirically false.
See, again, it's all things that we've just decided is correct, right? We've all bought into.
Yeah.
But no one can have absolute truth, or at least evidence of absolute truth, right?
I guess. I mean, there are laws in science.
People can give me that empirical proof. They can give me the data. They can hand it to me, and it doesn't matter. I don't understand it. I don't understand it the way that someone who studies it understands it. So I'm still taking someone at their word.
Fair enough.
If you drop me into the sun right now, I most likely am going to tell you that the sun is freaking hot and it burned me and killed me. But maybe it's all a giant reality that I created in my mind known as a dream. And then where are we?
So you're schizophrenic.
Who knows? I think the problem is that there's no way to prove any reality that we have. Right?
What is reality?
Because the thing is like going back to urban legends. If you believe that there is men, thousands of not, if not hundreds of men, thousands of men, hiding underneath cars to slash your legs when you get into your car.
Your Achilles.
Your Achilles. Somebody is really glad you just said that word.
Yeah.
Then that's fine. That's a reality to you. And no one can disprove you. Or can they?
So you're saying there's no such thing as insanity?
I'm saying that reality is subjective.
Is it though?
I think you have to give credence to other people's even if they're insane or they're high, you have to at least acknowledge that to that person, their reality is reality.
Right, to them, but
To them.
is there an underlying reality?
Sure.
Okay.
I can't say what it is.
No
This
one
goes back to what Ben said and what he said before. For all we know, we're all just living in Ben's world right now. Ben's drooling in a corner.
There's no way in hell I'm
some
living in Ben's
insane
world right
asylum, and we're all just in his head.
That's right. I'm going to leave and you guys are just going to evaporate.
Yeah.
Dissipate into some space and nothing will be here when
So
I leave.
do you believe that we have identities?
I do. But I can't prove it.
Have you heard of the philosophical problem of the dude whose head gets separated from his body?
No, expand.
So where's the guy's identity? Is it his brain, his thoughts, or the actual vessel that carried him?
It would be, I would say, his brain.
His brain.
What's the other end of this?
Well, the other end is it's still his body. It's him externally. I mean, how's that not him? Like, what determines identity?
The problem without the brain processes everything our body does,
Yeah.
right? And so I think
How do
about,
we know that?
So I think about The Beautiful Mind, right? He lived in this elaborate conspiracy world,
Right.
right? And that felt as real as anything else he did in his life. And then eventually he had an awakening where he was like, those things are things I make up with my mind, right? And then he was able to like his best friend,
Right.
and the daughter,
Right.
or it was his daughter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was able to compartmentalize that and be like, those things are things I make up, and then there's everything else that I live in.
Right.
But what are we making up? And did he overcome everything that he's making up?
How can we prove that to ourselves that we're not in somebody else's?
We can't prove
Dream.
it.
That's the point.
That's the point.
Like,
that
how
I'm
do you
making.
sleep at night?
How do I sleep at night?
Yes.
With a machete under my bed.
Yeah. After I check every door and window and nook and cranny, I hop into bed, check my machete, make sure there's no one under there, and then I just go
Put in my earbuds, put on my blinders,
Well, the way that I
sleep like a baby.
deal with this issue is that I look at, can I control everything around me? Can I predict what's going to happen with all of the objects that I interact with?
Okay, but here's the
And I
problem.
can't. And more often than not, the objects around me treat me like shit.
Here's
So-
the problem. No. Here's the problem, and we've talked about this once again, not on a podcast, so we'll just bring it up again. But we aren't sure of what our capabilities are. You may be limited by what you can control by your own doubts. You may be handicapping yourself,
I never thought of it that way.
right?
Yeah.
So you may go out and you may go, all right, if I control all things, I'm gonna grow a mountain right here in my backyard. I'm gonna grow a mountain. But deep down inside, you don't believe you can do it. And
So you
that's
could
what's
never-
keeping you from growing that mountain.
Oh, I believe I could do it.
So, do you guys believe that in destiny or fate? Or do you have that free agency, that free will to make anything happen in your life? And
I
let
don't
me-
believe in destiny.
Let me expound a little bit. Being married, there's times that I'm with my wife and things are fine. But I have this sense in me, shit's gonna go down, right? Something's gonna happen. And then we get into a fight. And I knew we were going to get into a fight before I had done anything. And I could do as many things as I want, but I can't change the fact that we got into that fight. So, I have a hard time believing sometimes that I could have done something perfectly to avoid it.
Let me ask you a question. Are you stepping on your own dick?
What do you mean when you say
this
that?
is what I asked.
I didn't
Explain
that
please.
So,
question. I can't, or can I, ladies?
so,
He's got a micro penis.
like
I'm not gonna refute that.
a dog, right? A dog can look at a human face, and it it knows what you're feeling before you can even feel it,
What?
right? Like dogs can sense seizures before they happen.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And they can read human emotion like down to the craziest detail that not even humans can do. So let me ask you a question. When you get this feeling, everything's great. You get this feeling like, something's coming. Is there a possibility that you start to maybe carry yourself a little different? Maybe your facial expression changes a little bit.
Exactly, that's
Maybe
what I was saying.
you create your own
That self-fulfilled
problem,
prophecy.
self-fulfilling prophecy.
Oh, definitely.
AKA stepping on your dick.
Definitely could be. It definitely could be. But here's my counter. What if we all live in a self-fulfilled prophecy? And we can't change it because that's what we've got in our minds. That's the way it's going to be. And so then we create the reality. Hence, fate exists because of our own mental states.
So you're saying that our decisions are irrelevant.
No, I'm saying that we are on an avalanche that we can't stop.
So our decisions are irrelevant because they're going to happen regardless of what we do.
Well, they're not irrelevant because they're your decisions still. But they were created subconsciously.
They're still irrelevant. If you're saying that our path's already determined, that we're going to make the decision that we were going to make, saying that, like, we have a path that we're already predetermined to go down, then there's no way to deviate from that path.
My point is that you create it, though. It's not that you can't change it. You could change it.
Well, duh, we make our own decisions. That's a no-brainer.
I would say that there's some kind of a combination of these things.
Of it all?
Yeah, because I think that for sure, a lot of the time, we are our own worst enemies. And this goes back to, like if you hop on social media right now, any platform that you guys have, and you start scrolling, you're going to find at least one friend that is throwing up middle fingers to the haters. And that's what they're saying.
Oh, yeah.
They're saying, to all my haters, watch out, see what's next. My haters. These people don't have haters. Nobody cares what they do day to day. These people and everyone else, the vast majority of human beings, aren't paying attention to what other human beings are doing.
No, we just think about ourselves.
No, I'm not looking at people I went to high school with and being like, I want them to just fail. I don't care.
I hope they suck.
I don't think about them positively or negatively ever.
I think there are some vindictive people out there.
Well, do you think that they're focused? This once again goes back to us being so self-centered.
This is back to Taylor just being worried about it.
Why are we so set that other people are focused on us? No one cares what I do. No one cares what I'm doing.
Unless you affect them.
I honestly think what I think is that we create the hater.
Oh, yeah.
We create the negative entity in our own minds, and it's just more comfortable to put it in the voice of someone else than it is to sit back and go, I just kind of don't like myself. I kind of don't have high expectations for myself. So it's easier to say, these people think that I will fail, rather than to say, I don't have a ton of confidence in myself.
Absolutely.
So
Definitely.
I would say that we definitely determine a lot of our own reality. We get to determine that. Right. And it does come from within.
And that was my point. Is that I'm not saying your decisions are worthless or irrelevant. I'm just saying most of us put ourselves on a path and we just follow it. This is the way everyone else before me did it. That's the way I'm going to do it. There's really nothing I could do about it.
Yeah.
And we have those doubts. insecurities, they all bottle up inside of us, and we just kind of subconsciously or consciously just kind of follow what we think we can do. So Taylor, maybe you could make a mountain sprout out of the ground right now.
I will.
You know what? Maybe that's the evidence, because I know Taylor has enough confidence in himself that he would believe.
This is how we know.
We would know.
So are we all living in Taylor's world then?
Who, in his mind?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're there. We're hanging out right now.
You'd be feeding me chicken nuggets if this is my world.
And you would definitely have a micro
I
penis
do.
in Taylor's world.
No doubt.
In Taylor's world.
No doubt.
You've got an acorn
Oh,
glued
wow.
to the bottom of your torso.
We'd be listening to Smash Mouth right now too. So
That's true.
We would also have a lot more listeners of this podcast. So
Ah,
yeah. Stroke our egos, people. Oh my goodness. Well, that was off the rails.
little bit.
How many people think we lost already?
I don't think
Percentage,
anybody lasted
percentage.
this long.
Everyone's gone.
85% left.
Yes, definitely. I
Really?
think that was pretty
I
deep.
think so.
This is a bummer for me
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why?
because I feel like I've brought this. I feel like I've brought this.
Let me assure you that if anyone ruined this episode, it was me with my 20-minute tangent about aliens and
Big rate.
Bigfoot, because I researched the wrong thing because somebody didn't tell me the proper.
No, I think you could have brought up aliens in a appropriate context. It's just the way you came at it was just a little too. It was like rape oriented again, so it made it a little distracting.
It's a real problem.
All right.
Federal cover-ups.
Yes.
Another federal government cover-ups and conspiracies.
Yes.
I don't want to get too deep. I want to hear from both of you your best federal government conspiracy. Tay, what do
Okay.
you got? Just a brief.
Okay. So this one's pretty popular. Are you guys familiar with MK Ultra?
Absolutely.
Refresh my memory.
MK Ultra is kind of a disturbing government cover-up. So back in the 50s and 60s, we have evidence and people have come forth that the CIA was experimenting on people to find a perfect truth serum. So they were giving them LSD and other hallucinogens, trying to extract information from American citizens.
Okay. And that's it?
That's disturbing. I feel like you're downplaying how serious that is.
No, okay, that's yours. Tyler, do you have another
A government cover-up.
or a topic? Just a topic you've got. Hot take.
I do not have to
No.
keep with this.
No, you don't.
Okay, well I'm gonna step away from it then.
Okay, take a step.
With your permission.
Go for it.
Okay. So, have either of you heard of the story of Elisa Lam?
I have not.
No.
No. Okay. So, Elisa Lam was, I think she was around 20,
Okay.
somewhere in her early 20s,
20 something?
Canadian.
Oh, well, who cares?
I believe she was,
I do.
I'm just kidding.
she was, I'm not sure what her nationality was
Oh.
initially. I don't
We'll
know
just
what
say
her
she's Mexican
ancestry
for the
is.
sake of the story.
She's definitely not.
We'll say white.
She's definitely not that.
She's not white?
She's not white. She is
How about Haitian?
maybe Korean,
Oh. Okay.
possibly.
All right.
Anyway, so she's down here. She's down in America. I don't know what she's doing. I don't have a ton of details. But she's in LA. And she's staying at a hotel. Again, not exactly sure what the name of the hotel is. But it's actually a place that, bringing it back to a previous topic, Richard Ramirez stayed at this same hotel. It is Skid Row adjacent. It is sketchy.
Okay.
Okay?
So this is sounding like the perfect urban legend, as you have like almost no details. You do have a name,
I do have a name.
and you have a crossing point with another person that did exist.
Yes.
Okay.
'Kay.
All right,
So there is video that we can watch.
Oh, I perked up.
Okay, there is video of Elisa Lam. This is the last known
Footage of her?
footage. This is the last time anyone ever saw her, as far as we know. This is it.
All right.
Okay, it's shot from the inside of an elevator, like up from the corner, and you can see out into the hallway. You see the elevator door open. You see Elisa walk in. She tucks into the corner like she's hiding from someone, right? And she's kind of messing with the buttons.
Okay.
She's looking around. She peeks her head out like she's being followed. Now, this is the kind of video that if you watch it at noon, you're going to look at it and you're going to go, that's kind of weird. If you watch it at 1 o'clock in the morning, you will shit yourself. It is terrifying.
I'm kind of creeped out right now.
It is creepy.
Well, I pulled it up.
Let's watch it.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Let's watch
Live
it.
reaction. This is a reaction video now. Okay.
We don't have to watch all of it because it's basically just kind of the same thing over and
Kind
over
of the
again.
build-up of it.
Okay.
All right, so we got the elevator opening up.
Okay, so she walks in. She's there in the hoodie.
Yeah, you're right. She's 20-something.
Yeah.
She's pretty good looking,
I think
too.
she's 22. You can't see her face. You're a liar.
She's hunched over, messing with the buttons.
Right? She's kind of tucked in there.
Yeah. She's creepily in the corner, staring at the door.
Who sits in the corner like
And then she kind of... She looks a little bit nervous, right?
She's
Peeks out,
very nervous. She's looking both ways in the
jumps
hall.
back in.
She is disturbed.
She tucks into the corner there.
Oh my gosh.
She sees somebody.
She's peeking around. If someone runs in here, I might scream. Okay, she's out again looking.
Right? She looks uncomfortable with the
She's
situation.
very timid. Just so cautiously looking down the hallway like she's expecting someone. She's tiptoeing. Oh. Alright, she just...
Now, I've heard people talk about this, and they say that they think maybe by her body language that she's a little bit playful.
Oh.
It's almost like she's playing hide and seek with a kid. Just how
Okay.
jerky she is, how she's kind of jumping in and out.
Why is the elevator door not
But she
closing?
looks so uncomfortable. And now what is she doing? Is she waving? She's kind of out of focus. You can see her arm and just the silhouette of her body. What? So what did she do with the buttons on the elevator?
Yeah, why?
To keep it open.
Yeah, because the elevator will not stay open.
Okay,
that
she's
long.
kind of grabbing her head. She almost looks like she's dizzy right now.
Yeah, she looks like she might fall down.
She's pressing all of the buttons.
Yes, all of them. Over and over again. Almost rhythmically. So, being someone that's worked in a crappy elevator before, elevator doors are always shutting randomly, right? Like, they're very hard to keep open unless you have a key or something to turn it off.
Is the elevator malfunctioning?
So it almost looks like she's talking to someone right
She
now.
does, and she's like waving her
What's she doing with
hands,
her hand?
almost like she's conducting or having a conversation. Ah, this is bizarre. We will definitely provide the link to this video, by the way, so you can watch with us. So wait, so is she signing right there? That almost looked like a sign, like sign language with her
That wasn't a
hands.
sign.
Okay.
Okay, so this is kind of it. There's what? We've got...
Oh man, we're not even...
We're a little over halfway done.
Is there any more context for this?
Not really.
Just a...
It's just this. She goes in and out, in and out. She's ducking in and out. Okay, so I think we can probably call that good.
That's it?
Okay, so what happened?
It's a 4-minute video.
Did she
Okay,
disappear?
Is that it?
So
Wait, there's nothing more to see.
there's nothing more to see. So you've got this video, and then this is, I believe, January 31st of 2013.
It's the day after my birthday.
January 31st, 2013.
Bleep that out.
So,
Oh, we're leaving that in. You're gonna get some gifts, some shit on your doorstep.
Okay.
so February 19th, 2013,
Okay.
leading up to February 19th, 2013, people are starting to complain.
Complain?
There's starting to be complaints in this hotel. People are starting to complain that the water tastes weird.
What? It's not in Michigan.
This is not in Michigan.
Los Angeles.
This is in Los
Okay,
Angeles.
Just checking.
Water's tasting weird, weird coloration. So they send someone up to the water towers on top of the hotel, open it up. Elisa Lam is in the water tank.
What? Oh my gosh.
These guys have been drinking and bathing and brushing their teeth in corpse juice
Oh. That is awful.
for
Oh my gosh.
20 days.
Oh my gosh.
This is a true story?
This is a true story.
Wait,
This happened 3 years ago?
This is a true story.
this is real?
This is real. Okay?
My mind is blown.
What? So they have no idea how she ended up in there.
They have no idea how she ended up in there.
What day was that
she is-
footage we just watched?
Her clothes are, I think, on the outside. She's completely nude. She's inside.
Was she mutilated in
She was
any
probably
way?
raped.
Oh my gosh.
We're back there.
Jeez.
We're back there.
Jeez. Okay.
I did not know that the home base for this podcast was going to be rape.
Ah,
did not
it
know.
always goes
It's
there
not.
with this guy. That's why we go off the rails. That's where Taylor's mind goes.
Yep.
No.
Okay.
Man, lose the focus.
So we've got.
Wait,
all
was
right.
she mutilated? Was she?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, so she was just a dead corpse in the water.
In the water.
And that elevator footage was the last anyone had seen of her.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. She was a missing person up to that point. But people weren't really looking for her. She was out
Yeah.
traveling.
Yeah, yeah.
Did she have a family?
She did, back up in Canada. And I think they were concerned. I believe they were in contact with her. So, anyway, there's a movie. It's called, I believe, Dark Water.
Okay.
This basically happens in the movie, right?
This scenario.
This exact scenario. You end up finding out that there's a dead body in the water on top of a building that's been, it's contaminating the water source to the building, all this stuff, right?
Ugh.
So I hear this and I'm thinking okay, it's the makings of a horror movie. It makes sense that
yeah.
they would turn this into a horror movie. Dark Waters came out in 2005.
What?
In
What?
2005, this very strange and specific way of dying.
Oh my
What?
goodness.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. So you're saying that maybe this dude was a copycat. They wanted to reenact
We have no idea.
Dark Water.
What?
There is no
There's no dude?
There's no proof
Nothing?
that she was murdered.
So no strangling, anything?
Nothing.
So someone must have just dropped her in that water tower.
But her clothes were off. Maybe she was just hallucinating and
Going
got
for a swim.
in it.
Going for
Just
a swim.
got
Well,
in
you
it.
can take her clothes off. That's not hard.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying to me,
The only wounds on there was slight bruising on her arms, which would be consistent with her falling into a giant metal tank.
I'm so creeped
How
out right
easy
now.
is it to get into a water tank anyway?
I don't think it's easy. I don't know. I've never done it.
I don't think you just flip open a lid and just.
no, you
jump
kind of
in.
do.
Yeah, it is. It's like a giant door, I'm imagining like a submarine door.
Yeah,
you probably
I think,
open
yeah.
up. I don't know.
Yeah, basically.
Wow.
You can look this up. I can't. Let me.
So if you have any information on this case, maybe to help us,
Just no. Do not contact us though if you have
Contact
information.
Nobody has any information
we want you
on
on
this
the show.
case.
We want you on the show if you have any further knowledge.
It
about
is crazy though. It is crazy. This is one of those stories that when I heard, I was
I got legitimate chills, goosebumps right now.
that one sat with me for a bit.
So anyone, you guys, oh man, watch that video and then listen to Tyler tell you about it.
Yeah. Okay. It was the Cecil Hotel. Yeah, in Los Angeles, and her official cause of death was drowning.
Whoa,
Just drowning.
that's dark.
And people drink the water.
Oh,
Bathed in that water. Oh.
So she was bipolar.
So was she having an episode?
That could be. We don't know. We have no idea.
She did not seem right in that video.
She did not. She was definitely communicating with something that she thought was there, and this goes back to reality.
Now
The end result was her death. Whether it was real to someone standing there in the hall looking at this girl talking to, invisible creatures, that's kind of irrelevant.
I think there was something there.
You think there was something that we all could see?
I do. I think he was around that corner.
you think it was a man or someone harassing her?
I think it was somebody. I don't know if it was a man or a woman. I think there was something there.
If you want to talk ghosts, that looks like perfect ghost stuff.
Yeah, I mean, because she went into the elevator. I don't think she wanted to come out. I think she heard something.
But okay, so the first time I watched it and was just creeped out. My initial response to that was it getting deep into my spine.
She's haunting that hotel right now. Like, she's there still.
Then I heard on another podcast, don't know what it is, don't know the name of the podcast.
Sorry for no cred.
That someone had pointed out that she looked like she was kind of being playful. And when I watched it with that lens, I could see that. It did look like the way she was kind of jumping in and out, it looked like she was playing with a little kid. So I don't know. I have no idea. It's one of those things, though.
It was so sporadic and random, the way she was handling herself in that elevator, that kind of eliminates anything of, like, playfulness, you know? For me, watching it, maybe I need to watch it again. But it looked like there was so much, like, fear or anxiety.
Yeah.
In her, the way she kept moving.
You only walk backwards when you're scared. When you don't want something to creep up on you.
Because I've hid from many, like, my nieces and nephews. I play with them. I'll hide in a corner for 15, 20 minutes just to scare them. Right?
You also hide to avoid.
I hide in front.
you hide for the peace and quiet for a minute.
Sometimes. But, you know, I will hide to scare children, you know, in a playful, fun way. Please don't edit this, too.
Just that one part.
If you just turned on the podcast,
I will hide to scare children.
But I don't think I ever look creeped out or gesture with my hands as I'm in a corner. You know, I might be still and I might be like, oh, crap, someone's coming, and move back.
If it was someone young enough, though, don't you think, like you're not going to jump out to, let's say age 2.
Okay.
You're in that, like, peekaboo kind of hiding phase.
I got your nose.
Where you are just kind of, like, coming in and out. You don't want to completely hide because you're going to scare the kid.
Right.
If it's someone young enough, you know.
Yes.
You're not just going to be holding up in the corner waiting to jump out and scare them. You're going to be, you know, coming in and out of the situation so that they don't think that something's wrong and freak out.
Right.
Now, why would there be a 2-year-old in the hall of the Cecil Hotel next to Skid Row in Los Angeles?
Well, and conveniently, the elevator date and time was not included in the YouTube we just watched. Because I think that would provide some context. If she's doing that at 4 a.m, frick.
Terrifying.
That is awful.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
If it's noon, high traffic time, maybe, you know, I could maybe get more on that. Like, maybe there's somebody else she was waiting and thought would show up in the elevator.
Right.
But what the hell is she doing outside the elevator with her hands?
That's a good question. That got creepy.
That's really disturbing.
Where she's leading an orchestra? Where she's basically leading music there? That was in
unnerving. Her mind, I don't know. I seriously have chills right now.
But the thing that creeps me out, and there's actually, I know even less about this.
Good.
I know even less about this.
We like unknown things.
But years in advance, someone basically predicted exactly the sinking of the Titanic in a book.
Really?
Even down to the name. It was like the Titan or something like that. This ship that he wrote about it. He wrote about the sinking, the iceberg. He wrote about everything.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah. This guy wrote this book and it basically came true.
Wow.
Which is crazy about this, like, this movie that, like, someone dying in the water source for a building and having that contaminate the water and then having that happen 8 years later. That is crazy.
It's creepy.
Or is it coincidence?
Are those things mutually exclusive?
Coincidences
are usually pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I fall into that camp.
Okay.
Dang.
Wow.
Well, I don't even know where to go with that, because that is... I'm worried she's in my closet right now.
She's dead.
I
know, but that kind of person. From that video, that's the real scary person to me.
You mean...
That unpredictable...
Like you're going to be in bed and all of a sudden you're just going to see like a tiny Asian woman jump out.
Just doing sign language over my body and then
jump
just
back in.
Scurry away.
That wouldn't be so bad to have an Asian woman in
No,
the
it would be. That would be the worst thing.
No, terrifying. and I have a real experience with this, and I think this is why I'm so scared now that I'm internalizing what I'm saying here. When we were younger, when I was younger, we had foreign exchange students stay at our house. 2 Japanese girls. Okay?
Terrifying.
I was 15. All right. They did not speak very good English, but since they're Japanese,
Well,
they had
just like Hello Kitty and chocolate and
chocolate. Yeah.
yeah.
It was very broken. But they had these fancy like iPad things, but the Japanese, so it was like, probably what we have in America today, but they had it back in 2005 or whatever, so they could translate and whatever. But most of our conversations or interactions with them just kind of motioning and whatever. They would like stand next to each other in a huddle and just talk rapid fire all the time. Just like you would if you were 2 foreigners with a friend.
Right.
In a foreign country. I did all the time when I was in Brazil with someone that was speaking English. But these 2, they were always watching everything we were doing. When you first see them, you're like, yeah, they're just observing our culture.
Right.
But then I realized, back to like the windows and shit, I would be outside and they'd be up in the windows watching me. All right? Time progressed. It was a 2-week stint. After like about a week, I was like, these chicks have a crush on me, right? They
Right.
want a little white boy. I don't
Right.
know why, but they were interested in the white boy. And I thought, okay, that's cute. Like they're kind of into me, whatever. Not into them, but whatever. One night, and this was before they left, I get up to go to the bathroom. It is 3 a.m. I open up my door, and I groggily start fumbling down the hallway to go to the bathroom. And that feeling kind of went over me.
Someone's watching.
My ears are burning.
Okay.
Who is there? It is 3 a.m. The house is dark. I'm on the 2nd floor of our house. I look out, and it's kind of one of those open areas, right? On the 2nd floor. So there's like the stairs, and you come up, and there's an opening landing with the bedrooms, and one of the mantles goes around in kind of like an L shape, right?
Okay.
I'm standing at one point. I look out over the mantle, and one of those chicks is standing right there, just staring at me in the dark.
Is she wearing a nightgown?
I don't know. I was so scared.
Reminds me of The Grudge.
If she was in a nightgown, that would take this to a new level.
I ran into the bathroom, and it wasn't like it was like 2 doors. So the one door had the sink and like the mirror, and the second door had the shower and the toilet. I ran into that second door and shut it, and I was just creeped out. She frickin' comes into that second part and walks around outside the door and doesn't say anything when I'm in there. I sat in that bathroom for 30 minutes, and then I thought she'd left. I open up the door, I go, and I just sprinted from my room. I don't know if she was still there watching me or not. I thought I was going to be murdered by this Japanese exchange student. Seriously, I am so scared of them. So yeah, if that...
Of all Japanese people?
Dude.
Or just them?
Just her.
They're
She scared
delightful.
me. They're so scared. They're great people. Nothing against Japanese girls. Nothing. But that moment, I was so scared.
Yeah.
Little
That
baggage
sounds
there.
bad.
Because she,
That sounds bad.
in like, The Grudge had just come out.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of things playing with my pubescent mind at that time.
So what do you think was her motive?
I have no idea. And the fact that they were up that late, and I don't know if she was outside my door. I don't know if she was waiting for someone to come out. I don't know. Your guys' guess is as good as mine. So,
That concludes part 1. And stay tuned for part 2, which will be released next week. If you like the show, please leave us a review on iTunes. It means a lot to us. And if you'd like to be a guest on our show or want us to talk about something, feel free to email us at jackofnotradeshow@gmail.com. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you next time.